Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. And ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I want this to be a bit of a quickie video. I'm quite excited. It's nice to be excited about something for once. And I'm excited about something in comics. I'm excited about something from a mainstream comic creator, which, again, really weird. So I want to touch base with all of you about this, something that you might be interested in, and tell you about this little journey that we are going to be going on. Before we get there, can you hit the like button? That'd be double dozy. That'd be great. Thank you very much. Can you hit the share button? Really share this video. That's really helpful for me. I think helpful for this thing as well. Subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. My subscribers have done very well recently. The Exeter Jodie Whittaker and Christian from Doctor Who has done good things for my channel. If you subscribe, please make sure you're still subscribed. YouTube will unsubscribe you, for giggles. Just what they do, baby. Just what they do. Comment, let me know what you think. I really would like to know your thoughts on this one. If you comment, I will endeavor to reply to all your comments. And check out my Indiegogo, which hopefully will be going to print very soon. I'm just working on doing it, and I thought it was a small thing, a small augmentation to it, but it's taking forever. But I'm working on it. Like I promise you. And if you're a backer, I promise you, I am working on this ridiculously hard to get it done, to get it to print, because I want to go to print already. These are two awesome graphic novels. We got Biblical Bible Source, Atheist Grace of Rationalist Rogues, 220 pages long, very biblically accurate, not preaching in any way, shape, or form. I wrote and drew this, and may I say, I did a rather good job. I did a rather good job at it. And then we got the Imperium, 105 pages long, a love letter to telefantasy of the 1960s, Doctor Who, James Bond, Emma Pill, a monkey in a spacesuit, and a black slab from 2001, a bit of Prisoner, bit of Thunderbirds. It's all there, baby. It's just fun. It's just fun. You buy both books, you get a whole ton of extras. You get like this poster, you get For the Male Gaze series. These are postcards, slightly, pervy postcards based on my, I will say, adolescent masturbatory fantasies. Still work today. I'm still quite happy. This is a great one, isn't it? Anyway, you can. I think this is the only time you're going to be able to get the extras is this campaign. If you're interested, check it out. It's in the video notes. That'll be double dozy. Fine, so let's start over here. We'll start with this story. Johnathan Hickman quits X-Men for 3 Worlds, 3 Moons Substack. So, what the hell? Who's Johnathan Hickman? What's 3 Worlds? And what's Substack? Okay, so mainstream comic industry is really imploding. We're having the top talent from the industry are abandoning the industry. The writer of Batman, James Tynion IV, he's just signed with this place called Substack, which is first time I went to it was yesterday. Scott Snyder, another. I think he's signed with. Isn't he doing comics with Comixology and Amazon? And I think he's also trying to sell comic writing courses through Substack. So the next person to go over there was Johnathan Hickman. Johnathan Hickman, really solid writer, really clever, solid writer. He writes just interesting books. Like one of my favorite books of his is called Manhattan Project, which is a kind of comedic science fiction alternate history of basically imagine Rick and Morty if it was slightly more serious. Fantastic artwork, but he does like these very scientific-y books. He's a graphic designer. I think his first book was called The Nightly News, which is, again, very graphic designy. But he creates more of an experience rather than a story. And so, he's an exciting... For me, he's always been an exciting writer. So he graduated from there to the mainstream of the industry. Has done a lot of stuff for Marvel, was working on the X-Books, but like it's just not a place where... it's safe to work anymore, or where talent is rewarded, right? So he's taken his solid sales as talent and gone to this place called Substack. I'm going to put the link in the chat, and it's got this really exciting project that he's doing through it. So here's basically what's happening. I've signed up for it to try it out because I don't really understand what it is. I signed up for it. I'm going to be reviewing it as it happens. And this is the first. And I'll let you know if it's worth it. The cheapest plan is $8 a month. Let's see what they give for that, right? Let's see what. So what is this thing? 3 Worlds, 3 Moons. Now, firstly, I like the logo. He's, again, very graphic designy. I like this logo because it does reflect Jewish mythology. and symbolism with the Kabbalistic tree, the Star of David is kind of intertwined in that. So you've got the triangles here. I like this a lot. It's hitting me right on the right level. So let's have a look. Three Worlds, Three Moons is a concept universe, and we mean that exactly the same way a concept album, where all individual character stories and things we create add up to a much larger whole. Yeah, so basically, they're creating a very intellectual shared universe. Will it be any good? I don't know. I'm taking a punt on it, right? Basically, bottom line, I'm taking a punt on it, and we will go through it together. So that's basically an announcement. Let's go and look at this instead. I think this. So after I signed up, I got this email. Let's read this email, which tells it a lot more. Where we start. All right, a few notes up front. So something interesting. We seem to be getting a front row seat at the creation process of this world. So I just find this really exciting. I find this really exciting, cutting edge use of the medium. Will it be good? Who knows? Again, it was worth an $8 gamble on my part. You can take out from these videos if it's gonna be worth it. All right, just a few notes up front. This post and the next one, where we're going, are essentially the same thing we gave to the other creators, specifically Al, Ram, and Tinny. So there's Al Ewing, Ram V. Al, both are solid writers. Ram V, I read one of his books. He was doing the new Swamp Thing, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. But so I'm quite excited. Tinny Howard, I don't know if I've seen any of the books, but honestly, I thought I think it's a she. She might be a bit of a diversity hire. That's what I really don't know anything about them at all. That they are involved in this project gives them credibility to me. All right, that working with Hickman, Al Ewing, and Ram. Yeah, it's gives them credibility during the first release period. Right, we asked them to build out the systems that you're going to be seeing over the next few weeks. A few things to keep in mind. Point one, bullet point. I'm going to be using words like good and evil in here, along with words like science and magic as placeholders. These will not, in capitals, in bold, will not be the terms used in the actual stories. It's okay at this point to think of them like that, as it's roughly what they are placeholders for. But this is an alien culture that we're talking about. See, this is real Johnathan Hickman, right? I love the way that he's deeply thinking out an alien culture and creating it. Again, I hope it's good. But yeah, all the groundwork sounds really exciting right now for it. But this is an alien culture we're talking about, and when you're in story, good/evil and science/magic tend to short circuit readers like in a tropey like way. We don't want to do that. Thematically, the grand story that we're telling here is about the coming rebirth of creativity. Again, I think that's interesting because it's I think it's reflected within the actual work itself. The coming rebirth of creativity. Again, it's not it's okay to refer to this as magic right now in a universe that has overly structured, systematic, cynical, and cold science, perhaps much like our own. The mythology of this universe is cyclical. There are grand cycles of science and magic. Both can be and are good and evil. Again, look, I'm a guy who's into religion and sociology, and so this for me is just really exciting. Our story takes place in the last century of science, the cycle of an alien science cycle of alien solar system. Cycles are hundreds, sometimes thousands of years long, and work like this. As a ascendant cycle approaches its apex, it reaches maximum acceptance as an ideology belief system, and therefore susceptible to excess and corruption. And so it becomes the most evil version of that system. Clever! Fascinating, right? Contrary to that, when a cycle reaches its lowest point, It is at its most rare and idolized form, the most good version of the system. Both there are both good and evil actors for both systems. At all times, but the proportions of each tend to reflect the overall current corruption of the system. I keep just saying I like this, but I do like this. The corruption leads to the reason purpose for the system, why the system must be overthrown, as well as the emergence of the opposing system. I mean, we are experiencing this in the world right now. I think we're looking at a false overthrowing of one system for another. This called like the fourth turn, which is where we are right now, and therefore was it the third turn? No, fourth turn. And therefore, why all of this cyclical will never stop. All this cyclical will never stop being cyclical. So the question is why? Beyond telling a story about rebirth and creation, are we setting our stories in the death throes of a science cycle and not at the actual point of charge or the birth of it? Good question. Okay. We want it far away from the previous cycle that the last magic cycle reads to the characters and therefore the readers as lore, mythology, and not real. We want this mythology. So it sounds kind of like Game of Thronesy, right? It sounds kind of like that. That's where they are. That magic has come in kind of forgotten. That's where we were at the beginning of Game of Thrones. We want this mythology, the actual rebirth, to read as a personal journey that is experienced and therefore needs to take place at the looming inflection point. Okay, we want, if this is successful, people like it and reach narrative escape velocity, to have the ability to portray the changer of societal belief, the actual collapse of the old age and the beginning of a new one. Mate, just look out your window, okay? I don't think you need to do this in fiction. We will give it a really big place to go. Here's how the story conventions graphs work. Well, what again? Very Johnathan Hickman. Blimey. Highest concentration, maximum evil at the top. Our story goes right through it. Birth, rebirth. Okay, again, sign up for it. Check it out yourself. How much this? Okay, not much more to. Yeah, fine. We'll finish reading. The setting. The solar system has a sun much like our own, roughly the same age and color, but instead of only having one planet inside its Goldilocks zones, this system has 3 habitable worlds, which also have 3 habitable moons, which is what all our mythology iconography is built around. I just love the cleverness of this. I know I keep saying the same thing, and I apologize. I am excited about this. We're going to give you a map of the system and in-depth descriptions of the worlds tomorrow. So it kind of feels like a science fiction Game of Thrones in terms of like world building and lore. Description of the worlds tomorrow in the second part of our primer. But here's a big thing you need to take in conceptually. Mythology, symbology. Man, I got so many rabbis I wouldn't mind giving this to. It'll be fascinating with. This basically revolves around 2 concepts. The 3 worlds, the 3 moons making up 6 elements of the universe, 3 major, 3 minor, and the cyclical duality that all life is trapped in. One thing, by the way, that does scare people off about Hickman books is they sound very clinical and sciencey, but he has a very good way of putting character and emotion right through it. And also, again, you got Ram V, I think, is a strong writer, and Al Ewing, Tinny Howard. Again, don't know. These concepts will go on to make up the majority of all numerology, religious, and political divisions in society, and will reflect whether we're creating anything that's organized, systematic, or institutional. So everything should either have a cyclical dual nature or some of the 3 organizational structures. When I review them in future, I'm not going to go really inside everything. I guess this is the only way of really knowing what the hell we're talking about. So everything should either be cyclical dual nature or based or some base 3 organizational structure, like plutocrats rule. 3 plutocrats rule over 9 senators, who then rule over 27 regional governors. That kind of thing. So it looks like 5. Again, more visual things. Or when we reduce it down to a more formalized and maybe elegant major minor structure, it looks like this. Is this a book or is this a comic? That's like, I don't know. But I'm going to find out. I'll find out. I'm going to pay my $8 and find out. Which, if you've been paying attention, might look familiar to you. Yeah, it does look familiar to me. Again, this looks very, very Kabbalistic. The world's descriptions and the very cool solar spin are coming in part 2. And after that, our first look at some of the Del Mundo designs of our system document. Okay, so yeah, listen. I'm gonna put the link to sign up to this in the video. If you're interested, if you're interested, you're interested. I'm just excited. This is a new way of telling stories. It's a new way of delivering interesting stories from an interesting writer, a clever writer. I hope it works. I really hope it works. I'm rooting for them. Honestly, generally speaking, genuinely, I am rooting for them. I just hope it works out being a bunch of comics. That's the only thing I can't work out. Is this a bunch? I can't work it out. Who knows or dares to dream? So there you go. That's a little journey we're going to be going on over the next few weeks. I'm going to let you know, is it worth your time? Is it worth your money? In my opinion. And let me tell you, my opinion, normally speaking, I think a pretty good one. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. Yeah.